Welcome back. I knew you would return eventually. Please look down at your feet. This number you see represents the number of power stars you need to access another world. Whether you succeed or fail, just attempting the challenge will show something about your character. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Super Luigi Galaxy. We've defeated the final boss in the last episode, but there's still a lot more to do. Peach is in a faraway place. She sends us a letter every time you fire up the game again, and because we beat Bowser last time, it resets the game for you, which is very nice of it. Oh my god, that reminds me of something I'm so mad about. Oh, so mad I walked off the end. So for the last, week, my Wii's been doing a thing at night, which it hasn't done for years, for a reason I will explain, where basically, its disk drive glows blue, and it kind of goes whoomp, whoomp, whoomp. And it was doing it, all the time, so I was like, I'll just unplug it at night. And then I plug it back in, and it starts doing it again. It goes kind of going just whoomp, whoomp, whoomp. And I couldn't work out why it was doing it, because what it normally means is it's got a system update coming, but there haven't been any of those in about 6 or 7 years at least, and I could not figure it out. This is the gate, by the way. I said I was going to do something with that, and I am, so I will continue the story in just a sec, because if we head inside the gate, it takes us to a familiar place. Indeed, do you remember this from the first episode? The Gateway to the Starry Sky. You can come back here, and after you've beaten the game at this point, there is something additional to do here. Let's talk to Rosalina. This planet. It's very dear to me. I looked forward to visiting this planet with Lumas once every 100 years. The Luma that's been travelling with you may also grow up to become a star someday. Some Lumas become planets, some become comets, and a few become power stars. I'm travelling with them while they look for a place to be reborn. But I never thought all of this would happen. Wow! Mama must really trust you. Well, how about this? If you grab all 100 purple coins here, then you'll earn my trust too. Red stars hold the power of the red Lumas. But the really amazing part about them is they allow you to fly after you spin in midair. Yes, fly! While pressing A, you can pick the direction you want to fly with the control stick. If you can collect 100 purple coins, I'll let you use my power somewhere else. So this reveals a couple of new things. There is the red star, which I'm about to show off, and there is purple coin missions. In addition to the usual prankster comets, there is now a purple comet, which will appear around every single, only ever one or two at a time, but every single core world has a purple comet mission where you have to gather 100 purple coins. So that's one of the things I'll be doing over the next few episodes. But for now, let's show off. You transformed into flying Luigi. Spin when jumping to fly. So this is kind of almost like the wing cap. So Luigi goes black and green, which is quite cool. You jump and you spin. And you can fly. Unlimitedly, essentially. Have a listen to the music. Oh dear! Wow. The music starts speeding up at the end, and then when it gets to the end, you're done. So, I'm going to grab another red star, and there's only really one, other than the coins I just got, there's one other bit that you really need them for in this level. So, if you hold A, like you said, you go into this mode, where you can basically point around, and let's go there. These ones here, to try and get them on foot, is a huge bugger. It's a huge bastard, and so it's very easy to just point at them this way and try and get all of them. So, while I get the remaining purple coins, I'm going to continue telling my story, because... So, I could not work out for the life of me what was causing the Wii to believe it had a message. Because I was like, it can't be a system update, so I just kept turning it off. And then it was only when I fired it up, today, literally well, according to my recording, an hour ago, to record this, the fucking mail toad. You know how Luigi's missing, and we're going to be dealing with some of that this episode. Well, Luigi goes off getting power stars by himself. When he finds a star, he messages you to, like, he sends a letter to you telling you where he is, and the mail toad delivers that letter to, like, your Wii system, and it's been fucking glowing with a stupid blue light all week because the goddamn mail toad has been sending me unsolicited letters, and I'm so mad about it. I mean, right, let's be honest, I'm mostly mad because I didn't fucking realise until this point. It's been like 2 weeks of me being like, why is it still glowing? It can't possibly be a system update, it must be fucked, because in fairness, my Wii is, well, I mean, I guess presumably it's 12 years old, because I got it when they came out, and that's how long ago it was. Which also means that my copy of this is also 12 years old, because that's also new. It's weird that any one bit of technology endures that long. You think of it as being turned over at a much faster rate, but yes. Anyway, so gathering the purple coins is relatively straightforward here. Some levels for this are really horrible, but the gate is kind of introducing to that concept. I don't need to be flying Luigi here at all, and it doesn't actually really help when I've got the kind of flying things. Ow. There aren't many areas in which you can use Flying Luigi, as in there's two. There's this, and there is somewhere else, which the Red Luma was kind of hinting at. It's a very much an additional, it's kind of an additional power-up. It's not one you would expect to see around like a Fire Flower or anything like that. It's its own little thing in certain restricted areas, but it's kind of cool because it's basically like a more, oh dear, there's another thing, you can't spin jump while doing it, because if you spin it starts you flying. It's like a slightly more OP version of the wing cap from Mario 64, because you can just fly unlimitedly rather than actually having to like swoop and fly in any like way like that, where you have to actually go down and swoop up to build up speed. Here you can do whatever the fuck you want. It's great. I'm missing 3 coins. I think they're on this roof. Yes, they are. Wonderful. I should actually just fly and get them, shouldn't I? Yep, that would be much easier. Whoa! It is very handy you can stop and aim like this as well. Let's grab that one from the chimney. And then that final one. And this creates an unusual power star. This one is unique in the game. There's nothing special about it other than how you got it. Because yes, it does actually give you a red power star. And I've marked it on the visualizer as red as well. But that's about it, because it unlocks something else. Let's head back to the well, I mean, it's going to take us back to the Comet Observatory anyway. So that unlocks a Hungry Luma. Yes, the gate is enough of a major world to have a Hungry Luma as well. I think it requires 1,600 or something very high like that. But here, unsurprisingly, is the location where the red star has been unlocked. There's one here and there's one next to the bedroom. So it allows you to fly around the Comet Observatory, which is quite handy if you want to quickly get up to the engine room or the bedroom, not the bedroom, the garden or places like this. It can be, in some ways, depending on where you're going from and to, an easier way of navigating the Comet Observatory. But as you can see, we're going to go to the kitchen. So here we can see one of the new, well, one of a new type of comet. This is not the comet that was unlocked by defeating the game, it's just there are only 2 of them in the game, and so in order to do a comet mission, you obviously have to have done the mission on which the comet mission is based, and we've only just done the secret of the undersea cave in the Beach Ball Galaxy. But you'll notice now there is a fast foe comet in orbit, which we've not seen before. As I say, there's only 2 of them in the entire game. And this is indeed fast foes on the Cyclone Stone. You can imagine what a fast foe comet does. I really like this kind of version of the main Mario theme, plus it's like, well, it's in the style of Shadow Mario's theme. So here the Tox boxes are a huge bastard, because they just move so bloody fast. You really have to wait for them. Like here, I'm not going to be able to try and sneak past. I'm just going to wait for him, and then as soon as he's down here, what? I was in the middle. Well, I wasn't in the middle, but I wasn't on the damn edge. Right, I'm standing dead center, so try and argue with that now, game. The issue is, once he's past me here, he then turns around immediately, and he can gain on you really fast here. Oh, I think I'm safe down here, though. Yeah, on that little step I would. Obviously, so everything is sped up by a fast foes comet, not actually just technically speaking enemies, so all of these little shifty bastards moving left and right here are all technically classed as enemies enough to be also sped up by it. So this Tox box here is a little bit easier, because he just goes in a constant circle, he never stops or changes direction, so if you keep moving and hit the same direction as him, neither of you will ever catch the other one up. Now here is where it gets evil. And that comes towards me there, and then, much like last time, I'm going to use these sections to really dodge as much Tox nonsense as I can. Oh, this guy's going to come back for me real fast. I should be okay now. Oh, gone off to the piss. Oh, there we go. Much like last time, I kind of dodged the worst of it. I really did forget how much with the Cyclone Stone you can just dodge unpleasant stuff. But, much like last time, the star is here. So, we now have something to deal with that we could have dealt with a lot earlier, but I haven't done so. Because I'm a terrible person, which is, if you remember, we rescued ourselves, the other Luigi, from the Haunted Mansion. And he said, I'm going to go off and find stars, bro. And he has been doing so. And as I was complaining about earlier, with him sending me letters at the goddamn middle of the night for 3 weeks. 3 weeks? 2 weeks. He sent you a letter, which tells you where he is. So if I open up the pause menu, you'll see there's a Luigi letter button here. Bro, I got a star, but I can't get back. This picture shows where I am. Help me! Who recognizes that? To the Good Egg Galaxy. So, this may actually be our first secret star. We'll be doing a lot of them going forward. You'll see in Mission 1, there's a question mark, which implies that there is another star hidden somewhere in that, which is not part of the main mission. We know what that is. It's the Luigi one here. But you always... It's not to do with the letter from Luigi. You will always know when there is a secret star, because it will always do that same little thing showing you showing you which mission has a secret star in. And every core galaxy has usually one secret star. And also one, it's really weird, there's one specific one-shot which also has, oh dear, something's gone shaky. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm sure there's a better way up there. I should actually show the real way up there. I think there's a pipe somewhere around here, yeah. But yes, every core galaxy has a secret in it somewhere, and they'll be, amongst the other stars will be mopping up, because you must have noticed by now, almost every core galaxy, I don't think there's actually any exception. By core galaxy, I mean a multi-episode one rather than a one-shot, and every core galaxy basically has 3 main missions, 2 comet missions of some sort, usually a normal comet and a special comet. We haven't used the special comet yet at all, so we've only done 1 normal comet mission for each one, and then a secret mission in one of the other 3. You came to save me again. I knew I could rely on me. What? The Power Star? Yeah, I got it right here, bro. He didn't say bro, but I thought he would. This is also, I'm avoiding making it because I feel like it's just too obvious at this point, but this is wonderful grounds for my usual absolute favourite joke of when you see someone who's, like... There are so many cases in a game where it's applicable, but this is a perfect one for, I'm you! Because here I literally am, which is why I've not really made that joke, because... because it's almost too obvious here. It's more fun when you're like dressed as a shark swimming alongside a real shark trying to blend in or something like that, rather than when the game is actively acknowledging that you've got a weird clone system going on. Anyway, that's a Luigi thing. He will now disappear off at some point and do another one. There are 3 Luigi missions in total, which I'm going to be doing. And, well, there's a lot of Luigi-related stuff. There's 3 Luigi missions, of which that's 1, and then there's 3 green stars, which are not technically related to Luigi, except one of the Luigi missions I think is also a green star. Collecting the 3 green stars then unlocks something strange and evil, which I will be doing in quite some time, because the issue on the... I'd like to do that straight away and get it out of the way as soon as possible, basically, but the Luigi missions are spread out in a sense of, I don't know exactly how the timing works, but at least for example now, if I were to go to the Battle Rock Galaxy and do Luigi Under the Saucer, I have no option to do that, because he hasn't sent me a letter showing me where he is. So, because he's here at the moment, so I have to wait for him to go off and explore, and I don't entirely know what the prompt for that is. I think it's just a few more stars down the line. So, as you can see from the kind of haphazard route, and it said haphazard, which is technically how it's spelled, but the haphazard route I've been taking, we are going to the garden, and we're going to spend the rest of the episode in the garden. We're going to do the Deep Dark Galaxy episode 2, and we're going to do the Melty Molten episode 2. We'll start with the Deep Dark Galaxy one. This is a really strange one. It's great fun, but it's unusual. So this episode 2, Bubble Blast Off. It's weird because basically it feels a bit odd here because it doesn't use any, other than the very beginning, it doesn't really use any parts from last time we were in the Deep Dark Galaxy. It feels very different, which is good. So, it's starting to feel very Mario Sunshine here because there's a cannon happy mole in the middle here, and you've got 2 ways of fighting him. You can either hit him with melons, or I believe you can get up close to him and attempt to ground pound him, but using the coconut, I think definitely coconuts, not melons, aren't they? I was going to say a melon wouldn't do much damage, but I actually bet it would. Like, especially like a big watermelon, they're really solid things. If you kick that, that'd crack a windshield, and it's showing one of the annoying mechanics we're going to get used to this episode. This episode is literally called Bubble, well, let's try this. Ground pounding on him then. This episode is called Bubble Blast, bubble blast off, so you can imagine the kind of mechanics it's going to utilize. Oh my god, he's... Where am I going? God, I wonder if you jump high enough there, I guess he can probably send you to the death. Send you to the death. Oh, right, so he does a best of 4, 5, 1. Oh, fuck it. Can't be asked to jump on him. Let's just hit him with that. 3 hits as ever. And so that unlocked the cannon that we had last time. Anyway, this time we once again need to... Well, we need to head over there and get a fire flower, but there's something unusual to the left here. Or to the right, even. It's a tiny version of the gateway to the starry sky. You should certainly recognise it from earlier this episode. And it has an even stranger property of it is inflatable. Observe. A lot of coins appear, and grab as many of them as you can. Because, as you will notice, they're getting further away, except they're not. When I say the planet is inflatable, it means it's literally air-filled, and it is now deflating and becoming smaller and smaller. And this is nothing to do with the actual level we're doing. It's just a bizarre little thing, and when you're done, it fires you just over here. I'm going to try and kill some of these Octoombas. Basically, we need to grab the fire flower again, and I'm just not going to kill any of the Octoombas, I'm just going to try and dodge them all. You need to grab the fire flower and take it back to the surface. If you get stalled on there, you'll probably have to do this in multiple trips, because you've actually got... It's quite a difficult thing to do. You've got 3 tasks here. You've got to hit that, you've got to light that one, and you've got to light this one here. As you can tell from the music, not a lot of wiggle room there. Have a little 3, you get an ice flower. What do we need an ice flower for? Well, you'll find out up ahead. And hopefully at this point as well, you've been able to work out the slight difference in key between the fire and ice flower music. I think it's quite cool that they are the same, except one is... Basically, the ice flower is slightly transposed up from the fire flower music, which is quite cool. We just need that to climb up here, and then from up here, we get onto this peg. And this starts feeling... I mean, it might just because there's flood attachments everywhere, hence the bubble blast off thing. But this whole level feels very Mario Sunshine, because it's a bit of this kind of climbing platforming. Like, just add a hover nozzle, and this would be Mario Sunshine. It feels very kind of Rico Harbor somewhat to me, because you can hear shit moving around in the background. And I really like this level. It's really just odd. It's just not what I expected from the Deep Dark Galaxy, I suppose. Because like the last one was like, oh, Launch Stars was... Sling Stars even, was all sorts of like swimmy, deep, darky stuff, whereas this is just a load of quite cool platforming. And we need to use these floods to launch ourselves up. I think you actually can't get on there without them. The only sinister thing is you have the really, for me at least, as I've discussed, creepy music in the background while you're doing what is actually just a fun bit of platforming. So it feels a lot more... Oh, bugger. Well, that escalated very quickly. I first thought I'd made the most incredible long jump of the century and landed directly on his head, and then I thought I was going to go all the way back down to the basement. But in the end, neither of those happened. So, from here... Oh! Well, that worked better than I expected. We bubble blast off up to here, and to this weird cheap planet. What you need to do here is you've got pegs. Pound all of the pegs into the planet. Oh, or not. I don't know why you've got cheap just bouncing around on the ground. It's all very strange. This whole episode is just, like... It's fun and everything, I like the gameplay on it, but it's fucking weird. And it's only about to get weirder. If we take this flood up to the final planetoid... So you'll see you've got a thing at the bottom here, and then you've got a node at the top that's spitting out occasionally these energy kind of pulses, very much like a kind of Bowser planet. And you've got a tiny watermelon in the middle. This thing looks like you should be able to unscrew it by spinning, but you can't. So what do you need to do? Well, the star shroom is over here. The star shroom is not anything to do necessarily with the solution, but tells you how to figure it out if you... Come on. Star shroom, where are you? Oh, it's over there now. What the fuck? Did I just get completely disorientated? Maybe I did. Huh. Oh, I need to stand here then, clearly. Basically, I knew it was possible to talk from a distance to the toad on the star shroom, and there we go.
There's a power star hidden in that watermelon.
Oh my god, my voice. Oh my god. I think I'm mostly past the voice incidents of a couple of episodes ago, but I'm still not pushing it too hard.
There's a power star hidden inside that watermelon. Use ground pounds to make those tennis balls hit that watermelon to get a power star.
I said termite balls instead of tennis balls. So yeah, you've got tennis balls rolling on the inside, and as he says... Ground pound 1, and when you're on top of it, and it will shoot into the watermelon. The second one should be coming around here. Let's enlarge the watermelon further. You see what I mean about this mission just being fucking weird. Not easy as well, but and good fun. But third one, nope, too far away. Right, I'm going to try and beat it because it's coming around that way. Feels very much almost like a Bowser boss fight. When you make the watermelon big enough, it cracks through the glass, and then from its stem, for some bizarre reason, emerges a power star. It's a good mission, but it doesn't make any sense. So with that, we are going to stay within the garden, and we're going to head to the second mission of the Melty Molten Galaxy. So, much like the other missions in the Melty Molten Galaxy, this is somewhere between really good fun and awful. Especially the end of it. You'll see exactly what I mean. But we begin in much the same fashion as we have in the past. In this kind of part. I must say, one of the things I really like about the Molten Galaxy is it has a lot of very different planetoids going on. You always start on this one, but then each mission takes you through a large series of planetoids that are all quite different. Oh dear, I meant to do a long jump there. Oh, need to get over there quickly. So, here we've got some torches that need lit, but there's no firefly or anything here. Instead, we need to use a Lil Cinder, I believe they're called. Maneuver him towards them, and he will light both of them. Once they're both lit, a launch star appears. And now we're going off the beaten path. I'm just going to boot him. Oh no, he's gone back in. Fuck it, I'll just do this on 2 health. I'll be fine. So now we start heading to new areas. So here we have a strange hexagon planet with a shit ton of thwomps on it. So it goes without saying, avoid the thwomps, and I'll remember the name of the level, which is Through the Meteor Storm. Every planetoid on this level has meteors falling from the sky, and it can be quite tough to avoid them in places. Here's another one of the bits where it's sometimes just tough to remember what direction moves you in what direction. There are also a fair few meteors that bring star bits down on this one, so oh, they're falling pretty bloody frequently here. Jesus. On we go. Yeah, this level, as in this world, galaxy even, does well by having a lot of little planetoids on which you do quite a lot, and you just kind of go 1, 2, 3, kind of zipping between all of them. So that's quite entertaining. There are star chips. It's always like partway into a recording segment that I remember what they're called. I always call them star fragments at first, and then usually I'm a couple of episodes in when I remember they're called star chips. I don't know why that just doesn't stick with me for some reason. Underneath, ooh, fumarole. Underneath this box here that's guarded by some fumaroles is a third one. There's not a specific order to do this on, but you want to get this one last, because this is where the launch star appears. Last time I did this, I kind of did them in a big hoop, and you end up back where you started, and then the thing's on the other side of a damn meteor storm, and it's problematic. And stuff like that is not only very cool, but also clearly why this is called Through the Meteor Storm. It's a very varied mission, and this planetoid in particular is quite a fun one. You notice some slight trepidation in my voice when I said fun one, but like, as if I'm not entirely convinced. Time for some of the old sport of bullet bill leading, and it's been a while. And as you saw, where we landed, you may have noticed, was on top of a large cage. And so that's what we need to take out. So, oh bugger! That doesn't affect me too much. Yep, we're still in the good. This is the hard part. You gotta really, maneuver them through those gaps. And that would have been fine were it not for the little cinder. You can kill these guys and they don't come back, but there are also quite a lot of them. So let's grab this guy. And if I stay on the inside there, he should be able to follow us nice and easily. Wonderful. I didn't actually even see that notch sticking out. Because it was perfectly, the angle was awful. That it was perfectly blended in with the other bricks. Yeah, going on the inside is a faster route, and then it also means there's not a risk of them hitting the outside of the planet so much. As in, like, the curvature of it. If we take that diagonal there, perfect, and then if I just run over it, it'll go through the curvature and towards me. Wonderful. On we go to the final one, and this is where stuff gets evil. Well, it's not necessarily that evil, it really depends. Remember this mechanic? Right, nunchuck is going down, and the Wii remote is being held. I let the music play a little bit there because I really like the music on this one, because it is like a minor version of the ball rolling theme from the Rolling Green Galaxy. And it gets, as ever, it's proportional to your speed, how fast it's going. This is kind of like the part of Bowser's Galaxy Generator, like the Fate of the Universe final level. in the tier inside a tube, but you can't go all the way up that. Those blue lines, I think, are showing you that gravity's going down. And this final part is the evil part. No point doing it on a small one, wait for a big one, and then there's your moment, jump, and then jump again. I'm amazed I did that first try. That one is quite tough. He says, there we go. I really nearly spoke too soon there. I was very worried I was suddenly going to cock. I don't know how you cock up that end bit, but I'm sure, believe me, I'm fairly sure I could find a way. Anyway, with that, let's grab our final star, and we shall hold it there. Next episode, we're going to be exploring some of these purple comets that have appeared around the place, so I hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.